What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter, and today we got a topic that a lot of people been asking me this topic for a while. I couldn't do it because I had to do a little more research on this shit. I keep telling y'all, I'm not finna do this right here to this board and get to writing down false shit and shit I heard from people, because what if it's not true? I don't want to play the part where the police be playing that shit and get the faking stories off and shit just to indict somebody. That's not what these stories are for. These stories is because, little do you know, I'm like a drill historian. I'm a street reporter. I believe in the future, these cases that I'm documenting right now is going to be very important, because a lot of young people end up losing their lives due to the gun violence. And I believe the drill culture kind of showed the world what it really was. While the mayor and the governor trying to show you about Millennium Park and the beams and the beaches and all kind of shit like this, it's kind of like Hunger Games in District 13. They don't want you to see the hood. You feel me? So that's why I be doing these stories. Today is a blog about a guy. I'm going to be honest with you. He got a reputation. He a little different than the other people that normally come in and do these things. This guy's a little stronger. People on the street call him a hitter, a shooter, a goon, a monster. So I kind of found it kind of hard, because I kind of felt like anybody could have did this. But the more I looked into it, it kind of looks a little different. So today, we're going to take a guy by the name of Killa to the board. I'm going to break it down, kind of give you some background on the case, explain to you what happened, kind of give you my conclusion of it. Now, first thing I noticed about Killa his name kind of reminded me of K.I., the girl assassin from St. Lawrence and shit like that. When I looked into him, I realized he was cool with them. He knew exactly who that was. That was a homie of his. He was affiliated with people like that. I noticed he was from a neighborhood that people call MOB, which is mob. That's like a crew of GDs. I'm pretty sure it's other gangs in it, but that's like the main gang that's over there. Remember, anybody could be in the crew. It don't gotta be the gangs and shit, you feel me? So I noticed that right off the bat. I noticed that he was a GD linked to that shit. He was part of the MOB. Another thing that I noticed about this shit was that a lot of people from MOB, we kind of figured out who they was later on, because they kind of rose in the drill culture and shit like that. Like a guy by the name of Dusky, which was a good friend of his. Dusky ended up losing his life due to gun violence in Chicago. He was also good friends with a person by the name of Scrap. I'm pretty sure we all know who that is. Rumors on the street, he used to give 600 hell. He ended up losing his life due to gun violence too. Ruger was real cool with him too. And a few of the upcoming artists like Mo and shit like that. So instantly I noticed he was from an op hood. Okay? I instantly knew that, you know, his enemies were people like the BDs. You know, that's instantly what jumped off into me when I looked into more things about him. I noticed that he was from that mob, and I believe that's like Wabash. If you ask me, I believe that's like Wabash. I believe like off 58th and 59th and shit like that. I believe that's Wabash. I believe that's that MOB area. A lot of wars and street shit be going over there. A lot of killings, a lot of murders. What the police is claiming that happened. Now, this is the part that fucking threw me off. The police is claiming September 13th. I believe this was recently, 2019. Okay? The police is claiming that he was out there on the block. They claiming that Killa K.I. was out there on the block. Okay? Now, before we get into that, I want you guys to understand. When I looked into this homeboy background and shit, it was rumors that he didn't smoke people. It's rumors he didn't smoke people. It's rumors he a hitter. It's rumors he a shooter. Now, don't get mad at me for saying this, because this is what the fuck I seen about him, and this is what his homies in the music kind of portrayed him as being. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't a good guy, he wasn't a good kid, he didn't give gifts to the charity. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what the internet portrayed him as, to be a bad guy, okay? A type of nigga you don't want to fuck around with. The police is claiming September 13th, 2019, he was chilling, I believe, on the 60th block. I believe we gotta get some more markers. I believe he was chilling on the 60th block of South LaSalle. Okay? That's in the Englewood community. Okay? That's where he's at. He's in the Englewood community, chilling on the block. They say a SUV rides past while they chilling on the block. Black, 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 black. Blick crazy like hell. They say K.I. was hit in the head, hit in the body. He was killed. Alright? He ended up losing his life due to the gun violence. He was killed. He was murdered right by his hood. Right by his hood. That is his hood, basically. Englewood, he ended up losing his life. Sad situation. Later on, we seen Dusky end up losing his life. They got the shooting at the funeral, all kind of shit. Wooski was hit. Remember, Killa K.I. was cool with St. Lawrence and all kind of shit. If you ask me, you know, this was a hit. Alright? This was a hit, okay? It's not that hard to see. This was a hit. When you got a reputation, the motherfucker gonna get up with you. I'm gonna tell you something. It's the laws of attraction. When you one of them niggas like that, one of them street niggas, when you one of them niggas, the streets have a way of taking you out. It happened with all the top niggas. I understand that he was young and in the street shit like that, but when you one of them top street niggas that be doing that kind of shit, the streets have a way of weaning you out. I believe this guy, in my opinion, had money on him. He was a hit. I believe he was caught lacking. You know, he was caught loafing, I believe, and he was out there on the block and somebody got him. I believe this was a hit. I believe he ended up losing his life due to his reputation, you know. And at the end of the day, it's all gang related. You know, it's rumors about him killing a famous rapper cousin. I'm not going to put that on the board because I couldn't figure that out. Even though I seen documentaries and all kind of shit on the internet about this. You know, people do all kind of crazy shit on YouTube. But I can't verify that, so I wouldn't even tell you what's going on with that. But in my opinion, this guy lost his life due to gang banging. You know, when you got that kind of reputation, all the top niggas that we done heard of that really be doing that crazy wild shit like that are no longer here. You know, you ain't gonna beat the streets, in my opinion. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate the love. It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter. Bleh, 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 bleh.